Hello everyone, my name is K-Hug, you can call me Kyler, and welcome back to the Hardcore Survival series. This is day number 150 through 200, and I've got a ton of updates for you guys today. Let's go ahead and give it a little flyover as I explain the things that we did. Since last time, we had made some significant progress to our terraforming farms here, as well as added these super cool, in my opinion, cool, mossy, tough cobblestone walls. I love these things. I'm gonna add a few more of these tiers just kind of throughout to help break up the grade a little bit because it's pretty steep in some parts. We got some of the crops extended beyond their limits and even added some nice little details around the water flow, which will eventually work its way down into the mill wheel here on our little tower, our little mill house and fishing house. In addition to those little quality of life updates, I've also added a little patch out front here. I'm not sure if he was here last time. Welcome to our little scarecrow here. And over in this corner where our little fishing hole is, we added a cool little area here with the bamboo growing to different heights. It's just a little nature area for some added greenery to this very barren lands. And then I've got this little stairway kind of built off. That's what it's supposed to seem. Built off the cliffside here. That's going to go up to this little hole, I guess, this little opening in the thing. And hopefully this ends up being something pretty spectacular in the end. Last but certainly not least, I actually did the terraforming I promised last time. Yes, I did something I said I was going to do off camera, and we went ahead and terraformed back this entire hillside to allow for the barn to fit. Before, if you don't remember, there was a giant mound here and the barn was right up against that. So now we've got a little bit of clearance to allow for us to get our horse in and out and be able to kind of walk around here with ease. The last update, the last update is what's going on inside the barn, and that is we've got ourselves a little cow deal going on here. Oh, hold on. I did not just... you saw nothing. I just ate a steak in front of... Okay, let's try that again. What I've got here is a very simple and obnoxious cow breeder where I can walk back and forth with wheat out of the box, breed up all the cows up here. The babies fall through because there's a double slab thing there. They fall into a pit, and then I can do the unforgivable and get myself some leather. But since it's noisy in here and I can't stand all of this, let's go ahead and get ourselves out of here for a brief minute, and let's get on to what we're going to do today. We are going to do, as promised, we are going to finish the barn, and I've got maybe another little build this episode if I can get it in the few days we have remaining. I've obviously done quite a few days of AFKing and farm growing and terraining and all that kind of stuff, so we are down to our last few days, and hopefully we can get enough done in this time before day 200. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. First and foremost, I want to get started by working on this barn. Now, I did do some offline resourcing. Obviously, a little tree farm here going on. We'll move that once we're done with it. But what we're going to do is we're going to begin to extend up these side walls and get on with the rest of the build. So the center part, like I said before, will be a little taller than the side walls, and there'll be a big gabled roof in front. Let's go ahead and get up there and get into a short little time lapse as we work our way through the process of probably doing some of the roof pieces on the left and right side, and that'll give us a good guide to where the centerpiece is going to go. So without further ado, let's get right into it. right, well, I'm quite certain that we grossly underestimated the amount of resources we were going to need, but this is what we've got so far. I'm kind of liking the way this roof is looking. This is the best way I could think of to tie into the previous build over here with the base down low, the hillside over here, and then also bringing in the rooftop from our fishing hovel. So this is what we got so far. And, you know, it's not much. It's not much at all, but it's humble. So what we're going to do from here is, well, first check inside because I'm not even sure. Okay, I like the roof. I like how rough it is. It isn't symmetrical because of a terracotta, so I do like that. I was really kind of curious if this was going to be drowned out by, well, first off, my voice being drowned out by these dang animals. And then secondly, I wondered if it was going to be drowned out by all of the wood. All right, well, I turned those guys down. Good heavens, I could not even hear myself talk. So what I've got to do here now is decide how tall the centerpiece needs to be before getting, first off, we're gonna get these sheep moved. But I think it's not gonna go too high, but I'd like to have another little bay window here, kind of like in a regular hay loft IRL that you would load the hay bales in from. So I'd like to go with that concept up here as well. Now, I don't have the roof pieces that we need. We're kind of short on brick once again, and some of the granites to be able to finish this roof piece. But since we got one side done, I'm pretty sure, or I'm very confident that I can replicate this on my own at another time. So we're going to go ahead and work on the center piece first, which is just going to be a ton of wood. Let's go ahead and start framing this in ever so slowly. Now, first and foremost, I want to be sure that we leave enough room for us to frame a window in here. I really like to see a nice big window. Now, not too big, because it would be weird if our window was bigger than our door. It's going to be as big as our door. That's fine. I think we'll live with it. I think we can make some exceptions to our own rules here. But what I want to do is go ahead and build this up ever so slightly. And I think a good 4 tall maybe window wall is enough. Yeah, I think if we go one more up and then we can just create like a little decorative thing and then peek it above that. It's going to be a very tall barn. I kind of anticipated being tall, but maybe not quite this tall. I'm going to run out of resources very quickly. I think the best thing to round this whole thing off is just add a couple slabs in here, and that is actually the full roof region done. Let's go back down safely. I guess I don't know why I used all this dirt when I have scaffolding, but that's all right. We'll head down, head straight out front over the sheep, and get a good view of this. Yeah, that's going to be a very grand barn, but I do think I like the way that this is turning out. Now, it's rough. It's really rough right now. But I've got some ideas on how to make it, well, less rough. And we're going to go ahead and explore those right now while I'm thinking about it. You're probably going to think I'm absolutely crazy, but I've got signs. You heard me, signs. Watch what you can do with a couple signs on some wood texture. You just place them on here, cancel out of what you were doing, and check out what this ends up doing. What this does is it gives it like a 3D texture from the side. I think that looks really cool. If we do enough of it, I think it'll look better. So let's go ahead and just add a few more of these. Get some more open walls. Like if we go here and here, that's definitely going to make something special. And we got to be careful. We're going to put some boxes here, but I think that, you know, just little pieces like that. Maybe I won't do too many more than what I got. I got to remember how to bamboo. Good enough. But you can see already that just a few of these on here is giving it that kind of textural 3D aesthetic. Now, I also got to be careful that if we have any sort of trims going above the doors, I won't be able to do those now with these. With these in mind. Did I? Wait, hold on. Box 1, 2, 3, and then upside down stairs. Box 1, 2, 3. Okay, these two got to come out. But I think if I just toss, nope, can't put any words on them. That was the one rule, no words. You just place and close, and that'll look pretty good on that one, I think. And I don't know if I can put one down here. No, I can't. But that definitely does help out quite a lot. It'll look better up on the high regions that aren't facing us, I think. So be on the lookout for that in the future. But that's definitely a cool little concept that I like to use in some builds just to give them a little extra texture. And I think it's raining. Yep, it is raining. It's not raining where we live because we are in perpetual dryness. The next little feature I'd like to get done is just from beneath here. I thought about doing upside down staircases, but let's see what happens if we do something weird and we just add upside down slabs to bring together these pieces. I don't want to use the staircases because, well, quite frankly, I don't have a whole lot of resources, so I'm trying to avoid resource spending. But also, I thought maybe there's a chance that this might just be weird enough to make this look halfway decent. And I think it's done just that. It's weird. I'm not sure how much I like it, but we're going to live with it. We're definitely going to live with it. Let me head on down and we can go ahead and get started with finishing this roof out and also working on the other side. Yeah, we've got a lot of work to do. And just like that, I am out of resources once again. Maybe I built this barn a little bigger than I originally anticipated. I didn't think so, but let's go ahead and stand back and give it another quick glance. We got both of the wings done. That's what I'm calling the sides, and they look pretty cool even from inside, so I'm happy with the way those came out. It might be a little difficult to see because it is dark outside. Consume a little meat, and this is what we are working with. As I mentioned before, I've got those signs used on the side walls. Just see how it gives it a little more depth. I also thought maybe we try to use some buttons. I'm not sure what those will look like, but before some phantoms or mobs or anything spawns out here and, well, takes us out before day 200, let's go ahead and get a quick snooze in, and then we can get to maybe at least lighting this thing up a little bit. Or, you know what? Since it is dark out and we can tell where the lights are going to help and not help, maybe we go ahead and throw a couple torches in here. I wouldn't mind having them kind of up in these rafter areas just to give us some like illuminating light from afar. Doesn't cause too many issues, and it looks like they'll work out perfect because they're used down here as well. That one should be there, right? Is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. And then maybe also just on the back side of these pillars, right behind the centers of the windows, which looks like it needs to go right there and right here. That'll give us ample light within the corridors of this barn. And then we can also put some lights way up above in the loft when we get to that point. But let's go ahead and grab some sleep and we can continue this the next day. The day has officially oh my goodness. I've been impaled. Oh, there we go. The day has officially arrived, day 200, and this is what we've done. I've added some different trellises and planters and canopies over each of the windows, and I'm really liking the way this barn has been coming out. I've also got the stalls or the stables in place here. We've got our buddy Neil all stored away nicely in his little corral. We've got 2 more corrals for additional friends and companions, and back around the back here, we'll do a quick flyby. I brought in the same tough cobble and mossy cobble to the back side of the barn to kind of improve the concept of stability. Yeah, this is kind of like a retaining wall to help hold up the foundation of the barn and where it sits. So with the barn completely done and the sun fully at noon, I believe, yep, at noon, it is now the last day of our next episode. I want to extend a heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you for joining me on this thrilling journey. Your support, encouragement, and camaraderie mean the world to me. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and share with your friends. Remember, the adventure does not end here. Keep exploring, keep building, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in Minecraft. So until next time, stay crafty, stay courageous, and stay beautiful. Goodbye.